So, alright, combine. Dog seems fine. Okay, there we go. I can hear myself now. Okay, let me mute the stream, and there we go. Take Swan. You could sell this ant for the beaver. It's gold efficient, which I know it's an odd turn, so that doesn't matter that much, but it is also just a pair. Like, it's a pretty decent thing to have on board, and with dog, you're heavily incentivized to just like buy whatever you can instead of rolling. Also, could you turn the team viewer back on Violet? I don't know if you can hear me. All right, other board, there's a dodo and a peacock. They're both with stats, so Requar certainly favored right now. So sell the ant, buy the swan. Can you ever win these fights? You just have one big threat on your board, and Nob has two. I don't think there's a way to make the dog value trade. With now that you have two swans, I think you might actually start buffing the swan. All right, decides not to, which this does follow the fundamental rule of like, okay, you should buff one unit, but I just feel like the dog doesn't need attack, and the swan is pretty likely to stay anyway. And so I just don't think. I think you're also very very far behind right now, so I think putting attack on swan is pretty important, especially if you're taking this flamingo. Uh, you're gonna buff two units anyway. I guess the logic might be that you would buff the 4-drop in the dog, which is fair, but I think level 2 Swan is good enough to stick around, and then it could certainly benefit from having some stats. That's a level 3 fish on the other board, so I would say this is looking kind of Jover, but we'll see. Is there a good enough 4-drop to bail you out of this situation? I don't think any of them have enough immediate impact. That's certainly one of the better ones. Okay, decides to go with... Actually, yeah, this just makes sense. Your big problem right now is you cannot trade the multiple big threats on the other board. And so Turtle addresses that problem much better than... Turtle addresses that problem much better than Whale does. Whale makes your dog bigger, but then the 4/10 body doesn't actually do anything. So this looks reasonable. Well, the problem is I don't think the rest of your board gets big enough. Oh, never mind. Hit the perfect breakpoint. Nob is better than me. And hit the perfect breakpoint there, too. Don't know if he actually saw that or not, but well positioned either way. And so now that you've managed to stabilize, you're in a much better spot than you were before. I certainly would have taken that snail, but decides not to. Like, I know it's a worse triple than the flamingo or the dog, but I feel like it's still good enough to be better than rolling. So then you probably should freeze this meat bone, just because it's something. Like, I don't know. I would have... He hit the dog, so rewarded, but I think I would have preferred to have bought a meat bone on, like, Swan. I feel like, especially after you don't take a 4-drop you can buff, this Swan is, like, buffable. So I would have liked to meat bone it. And that seems, like, relevant enough against the other board. But maybe his logic is that you need level 2 dog to win here, which is pretty reasonable. Because you are pretty far behind. Alright, what does this dog turn into? Okay, we don't like dog stats, actually. Well, this is rather awkward. Is this a Dillo board? You have, like, a really high attack unit, So yeah, I kind of like this. Your main issue right now is your dog dying, so this fixes that problem at least temporarily. You could even keep this for like another turn too. I think this armadillo's a really good find. We'll see if the missed dog stats come back to bite him though. Okay, it didn't matter there. Should get the fight win. Yep. You can actually probably keep this Dillo for another turn. I mean, they have Dodo Peacock, but the breakpoints still work out to where Dillo is good for at least a turn. Like your dog has like 20 attack. That's like more important. But yeah, you don't want to overcommit. And now that you've seen they sold the Peacock and the Dodo's not level 2 yet, you can probably keep the Dillo. Okay, the Dillo is gone. Fair enough. Everything he replaced it with was probably better. Right, could have eased. Yeah, but you have the melon, so like you, as long as you don't position, as long as you can get the melon into the Dodo unit, I think that's like fine. The health is still more valuable. So reasonable board here. Goes for loses a monkey buff in exchange for better positioning, which is reasonable enough. Gets the perfect positioning there. Uh, very good, very well played by Nob. By the way, wait, if anyone in chat wants to commentate, I'm at work. We really need a commentator who like isn't at work, because at any moment I might have something come up and need to leave. All right, double shark, pretty good. I don't know if I like combining Swan overselling it here. On tier 5, 1/1 for 1 gold. Okay, works out here because he hits the right thing on the right gold interval, but I think I would have preferred to just sell this one. Like, you're not realistically getting level 3 Swan at this point, or at least you're not realistically getting it at a point where it would actually be worth it. Hello, Catan. Positioning looks pretty good. Like, there's not that many options here. Violet, aren't you like at a cafe? You could ask an employee to watch it or something like that. Ooh, even better positioning by Requar though. Fight wins, definitely worth losing a monkey buff here. And that pretty much covers all options, right? I guess if the Swan was first, that would have been big enough, but you can't cover that. Ooh, goes for the monkey level up instead of the shark. There is enough time left in the game where this is probably good. And also, you probably don't need level 2 shark right now. Because you're like, if you don't get Scorp scammed, you probably win anyway. And leveling shark doesn't do anything about being Scorp scammed. Is it really losing a monkey buff? That's also true. The Scorp could just stick around on this board. Pretty strange positioning by Nob here. I think this. I'm not really sure what this accomplishes over swapping the shark and the dog. Okay, well, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, but I guess it's better. So now you melon the shark. You sell the fly, I guess. I think I might have bought. No, you can't do anything with the cat, so this is fine. Yeah, the audio is going to be a bit scuffed because we didn't have any, because none of our 15 restreamers were available for some reason. And so I was having to stream while on vacation in a cafe. And then I'm having to commentate while I'm at work. It would be very nice if any of our 15 restreamers would actually restream things. Uh, okay, keeps the cat. I don't know if I. Well, you already have equipment, so you need something to do with your gold. I just don't really feel like. What would you be doing instead? You would look for like another unit to fill in. You would look for level 2 shark. I don't know if I like this cat. I feel like more stats doesn't really fundamentally solve the issues on your board right now. You skipped a melon. I did not see that, but what would you melon here? I guess swan. Yeah, okay, that's probably wrong. Okay. Combine shark, buy cow. You can buy sell the second cat, which is pretty sick. Cow onto. I think I would like. Okay, decide to split it. There's probably some breakpoint or another he sees here, so that's fine. My first instinct would have been just to buff the shark because I think your main loss condition is the shark somehow dies. Goes front Scorp. I don't. I feel like Scorp second was better. It's easy to say that now, but like I don't see what front Scorp covers that monkey who first Scorp second doesn't cover. But he wins anyway. All right, so pretty solidly played mid game to recover from a rough start. Uh, Knob now on match point. Context for this set: Knob is currently 1-3, so winning this set gives him reasonable chances to qualify for losers. I haven't done the bracket math, but I believe it should give him at least reasonable odds to make it into bracket on the loser side. Requar is currently 3-0. Yeah, I think 3-0. And so Requar Pooh Balls has already secured one of the spots in winners, but the other winner spot and even the first seed are still up for grabs. So Requar winning this would pretty much lock up the winner's spot and maybe give him a chance for first seed. Although we all know it's SAP, so the seeding doesn't really matter. Is he not out? He lost to Owl and Sheep, and they both have 2 wins. Uh, well, there's a world where Sheep wins out, and then so he beats Rec for the winner spot, and then Rec goes down. Wait, would that work? No, that wouldn't work. Let me check the bracket again. Oh, Rec is only 2-0. Then yeah, then Nub's definitely still in it. In that case, yeah. So this win for Requar. If Requar were to win this set, it would be very big for his chances of making it out in winners. You probably need 4 wins to make it there. If match has already started. All right. Well, I guess we don't get to watch this game. Least cursed SAP stream. We can't reasonably ask the players to abandon the game in progress just because they forgot to let the commentators in, right? Maybe if we ask them like right now. Well, I would argue if that's the case, things are already scuffed. No reason. If they don't want the VOD to be up, who cares? What's going on? They forgot to let the streamer into the lobby. So we can't watch this game. Tell a story to pass the time. No, I'm at work. I'm not doing shit if there's no game to commentate. do you think their boards look like? Well, Knob, from the like one game I've seen, I don't think anything is that out of the ordinary. I don't think Knob's RNG today is anything that out of the ordinary. So let's say like one triple, and the triple is like Badger. That seems like about a big roll. On the other board, Requar's RNG looks pretty good, at least early game. So I'd say like two triples into Rabbit Dodo. Not like anything that crazy, but pretty good. Well, I guess I'm gonna go back to work, and I'll just say things occasionally to keep the stream going. I guess I'll ping them just in case, but I guess I'll ping them for next game. At Requar, at Knob, you guys forgot to let Violet in the lobby. Please remember to do so next game. Oh, ready? Probably reasonable. Yeah, people like to complain a lot about when people abandon, but there are reasonable times to do so. Although, obviously, if it's set point, it's not highest EV, but like, I think like in chess, this is the best example. It is considered rude to not resign. And although that's not the case in SAP, there are plenty of times when it is perfectly reasonable to resign. No, I'm not talking about you specifically, but I feel like a lot of time when anyone abandons, people are like, oh, they're so salty. But like, there are times when you can't realistically win a game. Like, it's okay. Well, in that case, I'm back to work. I will see you guys later. Safe here versus Owl. Oh God, when is that one? Definitely is claimed. Let me check. Tape here. In schedule. Oh wait, it's not claimed. Lovely.